They're doing a great job with the turnover ratio. I think they've only given the ball away one time in the first 4 weeks. They're taking it away. Their special teams, they have the blocked punt last week, the blocked field goal, blocked extra point against the Rams. So all three phases are doing a good job. And that's one of the reasons they're the champion.
Sean Payton from yesterday. Again, this is about playing a clean football game. You play a clean game, you have a very good shot to win against Philly. That's the truth. But, Mose, you mentioned something that Vic has gotten you feeling like better and better about this game as it's gone on. And I want to know, is that just like, hey, because this happens sometimes. You talk about something and you get towards the end of the week, you're like, I feel pretty good about it. What's tangible about why you feel better now than maybe earlier in the week?
The tangibility factor is I think the Broncos defense is really good.
It's my persuasiveness.
It is also your persuasiveness. It's also a little hope and a little I don't want to say whistling by the graveyard type of stuff because it's not like that. But why can't they do it? We've been talking about, well, it's going to be hard. Why can't they? I think the odds are against them. I don't even know what my little matchup predictor says. I got to look at that. It says 60-40, which probably is about right.
Sounds right.
That's 61-39. That's about right. But you know what? The Broncos are good. I've maintained even the two excruciating field goal losses. I've maintained that I think the Broncos are a good team. They just got to figure it out. They just got to find their way a little bit. They've got to get that chemistry. Vic, they were off time, just out of sync. I said, I think that's coming. Nix is going to be fine. Deep breaths, everybody. Everything's going to be okay. And they showed me a lot on Monday night. I mean, it could have been a lot more than 28-3, but nonetheless, it was a dominating win.
What emboldens me most about this game is the outrageous nature at which we're looking at this game. Almost as if a Broncos win would be audacious.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my God. Oh, what are you talking about? This is the National Football League. If the Niners can waltz into L.A. with half a club, half a quarterback, half an offense, and win a game, why can't the Broncos win in Philly? Why is that asking too much?
I asked a smart guy one time in hockey. You're playing a really good team that's lost 5 in a row. Right? Are you worried about, golly, it's a really good team. They've lost 5 in a row, man. They're going to be loaded for bear coming up tonight, right? He said, no, man. If they lost 5 in a row, they're playing crap. He goes, I'd like to stick it to them all day, no problem whatsoever, even though it's like a really good team. I say the Dallas Stars came in here, right, and they had lost 5 in a row. And so it got me to thinking about the Eagles and their lack of production this year and their overall sort of stagnation. They're finding ways to win because they're winners and they're pros. That's why. With total winners and total pros. But they ain't playing great football, okay? So they can be had. I'm with Vic. They can be had. And why not get them in a situation where they will play great football this year. They will. They're going to make a point to maybe win the division, but certainly defend their Super Bowl championship. But if they ain't playing great football right now, overall as a team, especially on the offensive side of the ball, then why not go there, use this as an opportunity, Vic, go into their joint and get you a dang signature win. You need one. Hell, you owe the fans one. Go do it. There's no reason the Broncos can't do it.
So you guys are
I'm
feeling pretty good.
I'm starting to believe. Vic's getting me starting to believe here.
I'm going to tell you why I remain unchanged from earlier in the week.
Well, you're a pessimist.
You don't believe?
Not a pessimist. I'm not. The way that the Eagles win is what bothers me. Because the way that they win is the way that you've lost. They win by not turning the ball over. They win by not committing penalties. They win by dominating you on special teams. They win by closing games out. They win by just playing smart and sound football. You haven't. And all of those things that are stacked up for what do the Eagles do well? Because right now it's not throwing the ball. It's not running the ball. So what do? All of those different categories, I think, are your weakest.
Yeah.
That's the issue. And so, to say, I'm not telling you they can't win this game. They obviously very well could win this game. But they would have to play in a way that's probably out of character in those categories.
And therein is the great neutralizer in football. The Eagles are +3. The Broncos are -2 in turnovers. And hate keep referring to last night's game, but why did the Rams lose last night?
Yeah, turn it over.
They turned it over. And you can't.
And they had another field goal blocked.
They turned the ball over. They had
Deflected.
special teams problems.
Yeah.
Like it's the same sort of story when you're playing against good teams. You know, I talked about this when Dion first got to CU, is that when you have like teams facing off against each other, the smaller details matter, and that's where I think coaching really comes into play, is can you get your guys ready in situations like that? And so far, for the Broncos, they just haven't been good in those. They haven't.
Then my question to you, Brett, would be, when can we expect that win? When is it in your eyes?
This weekend.
Okay.
No, they just got.
Well, then
me,
do it. Then you know what?
They just got to do it at some point.
Yeah, then do it. Go do it.
Because when is the
Nope.
next one on the schedule?
Yeah, no
If
better
not this
time than the
weekend,
present.
when is it?
Yeah, it's not the Jets. It's not the
It's
Giants.
not the Giants. It's not the Cowboys.
It's not the Cowboys.
Hell, it's not even the Ravens anymore.
No, it's not.
It's this weekend.
Yeah.
This is it. This is it. You win this game, 26-23 on a Will Lutz walk-off.
I will say, well, okay.
If not, maybe it's the Chiefs later in the year. Maybe it's at the Commanders. Maybe it's the Packers game. I don't know.
If they get smoked, which I don't see happening, what's the over-under on this game again?
I think it's 43.5.
I think
44.5.
Listen to me. All thought should be this, that this is going to be a defensive struggle for both teams. I mean, both teams are just going to knock the snot out of the opposing offense. That's what you think should happen and is going to happen, and watch it be just the opposite. But if the Broncos should get smoked in this game, I'm going to be pretty bummed. I really am. If the Broncos get smoked, I want to believe that they're the team I think they are. Does that make sense?
You believe?
Yeah, I want to believe that I'm not an idiot here when I think that they're a good football team.
There's one inexcusable outcome in this game, and it's them getting blown out. That can't happen.
No.
Cannot happen.
Not
if you lose a
yeah.
close game, I think we all kind of understand. You got a lot of things stacked up against you. It's short week, 11 a.m., East Coast, at Philly, good team. Like, we can kind of get losing. You can't get blown out. Can't happen.
What's your definition of blown out?
Oh,
Well, you
multiple
lose by
scores.
Yeah. How about you lose by more than, upper double digits, 17, something like
And
that.
that also applies to where, like, you remember that the first Chargers game last year, where the final score was like a 7-point game, but they were up like 23-0 with 5 minutes left. You're like, okay, the empty points at the end, those are empty calories I don't care about.